G'day folks, welcome to another episode of Stop and Such. Today we're taking a break. It's really hot today. We're cutting a bit of firewood, and I noticed an issue with this chainsaw. So in this video we're going to talk about the anti-vibration buffers and replacing them, and I guess all that good stuff. I guess one reason they often fail is if you get your bar pinched between, in the wood there, and then you start getting real horny on it and pulling and yanking on it, it can tend to rip your rubber vibrations out. With this model of saw, this 261 and not the 261. The 61, the 266, the 268, the 272, the 66. That's all basically one class of saw. There's a few little variances of them, and I don't know which one this is. Some of them, they come with machine screw that have little brass inserts inside. We'll find out in a second. Some of them are just core screwed into the plastic. So we got the big ones on the front, small ones on the back bottom, and I can't quite remember if they're big or small on the top. I don't know what they are. I won't say one way or another. I don't want to lead you astray. I would usually know that off by heart. So when they break, they tend to rip off the little portion and then rips off in the rubber. It can be a little bit tricky to get out. One method I found that works best is, you'll notice on the face of that,
Hello, Daddy.
There's two little notches, two little keyways, and it's the same as on the inside.
Hey, Daddy, I love you.
Love you too. So there's an inside metal ring also here, and then the screw portion. So there's those notches on the inner race also. So what I do, I'll bring you in nice and close. Is you take your needle nose vice grips and you feel around till you find those notches, and they're right there. And then you just spin it out. Now I'm hoping this one's a coarse thread, because I don't have the fine screw. So that one's the coarse thread. And there would be a replacement. This one's all kind of swollen up. And then basically just put that in, you screw it back in. So go ahead and pull this other side out. Now this side seems to be in okay shape. Well, not okay shape. It's still surviving, but barely is what I meant to say.
I love you, Dad.
So as you can see, there's a tear in it, and it won't be too long before it just totally grenades. The install is fairly easy. They just kind of go in there. They don't need to be crazy tight.
I love you.
Love you too. And then just to get them in,
Where's Mom go?
give her a little gentle squeeze. Now she's back in. So the big thing you want to make sure is that you're actually tightened so that you're pulling the metal plate against the back of, so you want to make sure it's tight, opposed to your screw bottoming out in the rubber and then just twisting, because that'll make it wear out really fast. One sign that your boots, or rubber buffers rather, are pretty well worn out. Okay, so here's what I meant by having one too long. So it is tight, but you can see it's just moving that down there, so that's not good. Screw's too long, so you can either get a shorter screw or you can put a washer until it's the right height. Oh yeah, as I was saying, one way you can tell that your buffers need to be replaced, goodness, is that you start pulling your throttle rod, wire, whatever you want to call it, pull it off, because there's just too much flex. So that one won't fit. So it is a fairly easy job. I'm pretty sure that you guys will be able to handle it. But sometimes it's just nice having a little bit of a visual on how it all went together. And then you'll be able to order parts easier. But coming back to those thread counts, if you don't know or you don't have parts on hand, like I do, you'll want to pull your buffers out before ordering to make sure it's the right thread, because they're not really universal. Alright folks, that'll pretty well wrap up today's little video. If there's any advice you need on these saws here, I don't know too much about other models. This has kind of been my bread and butter for the last, almost 10 years now. If there's anything I can help you with, I can do my best. Sometimes things can be a little temperamental and you don't know exactly how things are. It's hard to pull over a chainsaw when you got no recoil. Sometimes things can be a little temperamental, but it's all about understanding the inputs that you're getting. Because the saw is trying to tell you stuff. One of the more frustrating things can be when you've built a saw out of scrap parts that you've had laying around and you can't figure out why on earth it won't start or it won't run right. Well, sometimes you can be battling several issues, and that can get very frustrating. So for example, if you had a plug tank vent, and another crap one to have at the same time would be a coil that's going. Both have the same symptom, almost, not quite, sort of. Plug tank vent would run for a bit, lean out and die. Coil will run for a bit until it gets hot, and then it'll stutter out and then die and won't restart for quite a while. And same with the tank vent, won't start for a while also, being as it's slowly sucking air in from wherever it can get it. Meanwhile, you're sitting there pulling and pulling and pulling and having a conniption fit. Or if you have a carburetor that's worn out, the jets don't have enough adjustment in them anymore. The passages are worn too much and you can't get it tuned down enough. That can be an annoying one. So be running really fat when you got all your jets all the way in, and it'll be driving you bonkers. So just little things that can get annoying, but if you sort of understand what's going on, and a big indicator is your spark plug. It can tell you if it's really rich, really lean, or if you have spark. So oftentimes you're pulling that spark plug in and out, just to find out what the issues are. Anyways, that's enough of my rambling, guys. I'm going to shut this video down and call her a day.